guys, so Bergenstein here with a series of videos where I take ace tanker matches that I showed on my stream at www.mlg.tv/Bergenstein, and I break them down so you can see exactly how I did what I did and you can do it too. The first thing I do on any map is I take a look at my tank, I take a look at what map I'm playing on, and I take a look at what the other tanks are going to be. I'm a T32 on Hidden Village. That means I'm a great hold down tank. I can hide the body of my tank, only expose my turret, and really bully other tanks. Hidden Village is a map that has two main areas. I can go to the north and play in the village, or I can play west in the southern area and work the hold down aspects of my tank. And that's what I'm going to try and do in this match. Anytime I play a Hidden Village, I try and move my heavy tank into a rocket G4. It's even better in a T32 because I do have that hold down that I already mentioned. I try and push up to the rock. Any tank that comes up at me, I'm going to be able to take a shot at, back off just a little bit, take another shot, back off, take another shot, and keep doing that until I force them to leave the position and get free damage in the process. The final thing I need to remember before I get into position and actually start this fight is that there is artillery at play. Artillery is the thing that's going to keep me from camping in one position the entire match. I'm going to have to take a shot, back, take a shot, back, make sure that I continue rolling so that artillery can't destroy me. Now you see I've made it to the rock that I want to, and I need to look and figure out where other tanks are. To my left I have a tank, to my right I have a tank. It's that IS-6. But because I'm in my T-32, I feel comfortable going toe-to-toe with either one of these. I just have to make sure that I don't give them easy shots. Because of the low reload time on my T-32, I do use the little gun, not the big gun. I'm going to take the first shot that I see. That happens to be on the SU-100Y. I take it because of the arty. I'm going to keep rolling, make sure he doesn't get it. Now, I wish I could have gotten a shot on that IS-6 as he crosses, but I'm in a reload. I wasn't able to. Now that he's in a position where he can't shoot me, I'm going to go back out. I'm going to try and take another shot on that SU-100Y. I land it, and I'm going to try and finish. I keep rolling because of the artillery, but he backs off, and I'm not going to be able to get him. As soon as that SU backs off, I'm going to move into an aggressive position. I'm going to see if I can get a kill on him, but I know I probably won't be able to. And I'm going to focus on doing damage to the IS-6 so that I can take those two heavies who are keeping me from advancing out of the match. Any push like this has to be quick and aggressive. I'm going to move in, I'm going to take that shot on the IS-6, and then I'm going to back off and get behind that rock. I know I'm spotted, so the IS-6 of course sees me. I just took a shot on him. The SU-100 is going to be back there, and he might be able to get a shot on me. I get behind here, and I'm going to take a look at the IS-6. I'm just going to try and take a shot. I don't want to give him a good one. I take it, I run back, and there's a little more damage, and this is key to the battle for me. The other heavy tank that was down by that IS goes down, and that leaves me with the ability to really bully on that SU-100. I'm going to stick around. I'm going to try and take the shot on him. I do end up getting that kill, and now I'm 1 versus 1 versus an IS-6. I feel very confident in this position, especially if he comes at me beyond this rock where I'm going to be able to hold down better than he is. I can penetrate the front of his tank. I can probably get a good side angle, and I'm feeling pretty good, so I want to engage him before he gets support. A lot of people in World of Tanks complain about RNG. A big part of this game is knowing how to make RNG work for you. There are certain shots that are going to have a higher percentage chance to hit. There are certain positions that are going to have a higher percent chance not to work out. Taking advantage of that is going to make you a much better player. On that IS-6, I know I'm probably not going to penetrate that shot, but it's safe and I think I can do it. So I take his route. I shoot again at the tracks. I know I may not get that track, but I'm going to take it and hope I get it down. Now, anytime you see him immediately repair that track, you know he's used a repair kit. If I can get another track, which is what I tried to do there, I'm going to have him out in the open with nothing he can do. He doesn't get that, so I push around this rock, and I'm going to try and get one more shot of damage into him, hopefully get that track. Again, I don't get it, but I've got almost a full IS-6 of HP down. Looking at the map, there's only one other tank in this area, so I know I can go right into that IS-6, take him down, and then try and push down and help my team finish off that T-25-2. I push it on this T-25-2 without stopping, because looking at the map and the tank setup right now, we're definitely losing. Their tanks have completely pushed through the village, and they're heading back to our base. I need to try and get in position to shoot their tanks as they push across the river and get into our cap. If I can do that, I might be able to dump out enough damage to kind of swing this back in our favor. A couple other tanks go down. We've tied this back up 10-10. All of a sudden, we're back in it, and it's looking a little bit better. As I push up for these two tanks, something important to note is I have a one-shot kill on that A44. Like I've said all the time in my stream, anytime you can take a barrel out of the fight, do it. I go for the A44 and I don't get the kill. Now I have to wait for the T32 to reappear, and now I'm going to go for tracks and engine damage and try and catch him on fire. I am at a hold down location, so I can stay out here, pretty much do all the damage I want, and keep firing. And that's big. I catch him on fire. He does use a fire extinguisher, so if I can catch him on fire again, I'll be able to do a lot of damage. Now I can't see him anymore. I'm going to look for the 844 and try and take him out of the fight. It becomes very important for me to get that hit, and I'm going to continue trying to set up in positions where I'm still hold down, but I can do damage. I peeked up there. I wasn't actually hold down for a second, just trying to get that 844. I back off, and now that the 844 is running, I'm going to look for him, and hopefully I can pick up this kill. Even though that T32 is pushing my artillery on cap, I'm not going to adjust until I have kill on that 844. I take one shot, he dies, and now I have to focus on the T32. I do have artillery there are a couple tanks in other positions, but I have one on cap. In my mind, as long as I can keep resetting that T32, we're going to win. There are two options here. Their tanks can be pushing up to get resets on my tank, in which case I'm 1 versus 1 on the T32. I still need to get resets on him. If those tanks are down south, I still need to get resets because I have a tank capping. The only play here is to shift back and make sure that T32 doesn't cap. The decision that I actually have to make here is how do I keep that T32 from capping? I can push back, I can take one shot, make sure I get the reset, leave, or what I'm going to decide is since I have HP advantage, I have position advantage, I'm just going to push in, DPS him down, and make sure I get that kill. The reason I'm doing that is because I still don't know where their other tanks are. I don't want 3 tanks to sit on cap, end up getting us capped out, so I'm going to push in, get this kill. I move to this tank where I have a better hold down. I'm going to use that to my advantage, eliminate his shot, and try and get this win with as much HP as possible left. At 323, there's a good chance it's going to take me 2 more shots to kill him. I take 1 more, and I know I fired first, so I get the next shot. I'm not going to move. I can't move. I'm tracked. I'm just going to make sure I get that, and I finish off the T32. After getting the kill on the T32, I have eyes on the VK. The VK is going to push my SU. I'm hoping the SU can hold out and finish off getting that cap. He's not going to be able to, and that leaves me in a tricky scenario. That ISU 152 does massive damage. I don't know if I'm going to be able to survive a shot from him. The VK, on the other hand, I think I can beat. So, my decision here is how do I push? Do I go aggressive? Do I push down to the cap? Do I clear village? How much do I have to do? And this is a situation where I'm actually going to use chat. The VK was out of my render distance, so I don't know how much HP he has. My M41 Bulldog over there says he's at 60%, 940 hit points, and that means he actually has more HP than I do, and I have a second tank to deal with. We're going to skip ahead here and avoid the lengthy trek across the map. The important thing to remember is I'm trying to advance very slowly, making sure that anywhere I might be shot, I'm in hold down so I can try and win against that VK. At the same time, I don't want to get hit by the ISU. Now that we're done with the skip ahead, we're about to meet that VK. When I meet this VK, the first thing I'm going to do is try and go for a track so that I can back around the corner. When I don't get the track, I'm going to start rolling down and try and get a hold down location so that I get some bounces right there. After I get those 2 shots without taking much damage back, I know that I have him. I'm going to start pushing aggressively here. I use my repair, and now I need to get that track. I don't get it, but I do have 1 more shot on him. I know that I'm going to take 1 more, and I get this hit on him, make sure that I get the kill, and that he doesn't bait me back into an ISU. Now I'm spotted. I have to be careful. That ISU has 500 HP like that SU 100 says. I need to get 2 shots in him before he gets 1 shot into me. When I'm looking for this ISU, I know that the ISU doesn't actually have a turret. He has to shoot in the direction he's looking. So I'm going to try and peek and catch him in a ring around the rosy type scenario where I'll be able to take a shot on his track before he gets to me, maybe track him, maybe finish off that damage, but at the very least get a shot. Now I see him, I'm not going to stick around for that shot. He's going to kill me with anything he has to do. I just lock onto him, I take the shot, and I start running. Again, I know he can't push around me, so I take that shot, I get the track, and I hope that he doesn't have a repair kit. He does. So now we're in a situation where the first person to sneeze on the other person is going to get that kill. We're both in dire straits, and it's 1 shot that all that matters. As long as the ISU and I are close to each other, we're going to continue proc spotting each other. I don't want that. If we proc spot each other, I can't push into him, he'll get a shot on me, he can't push into me, and we have a 5.5 minute draw scenario. Nobody wants that, especially not me. I want my Top Gun, I want my Ace Tanker, so I'm going to back off, and everything you see for the next 30 seconds is going to be about playing mind games, trying to convince that ISU that I'm flanking around the hill. That leaves him with one of 2 responses. He can either turn around and wait for me there, or he can chase me. He's going to end up chasing. Now, you see me playing with my back out very open. You don't normally want to do that. That exposes a lot of your tank. But I'm trying to convince him that I'm going around. So I'm going to wait until the spot drops, and then I'm going to start playing for a shot. I back out looking for that shot. Very dangerous back, but I know that he's not going to be able to set up an angle where he has that shot on me because he's an ISU. If he comes around that rock, he's going to have to turn before he gets the shot. I'm going to get it. And sure enough, he peeks out beyond that rock. I get the shot. I pick up my ace tanker, and I get a Top Gun award. So this game was really about staying hull down, advancing into positions where I knew I had advantage, and it ended up working out very well. If you guys want to see more like this, make sure you follow the YouTube. Tune in every day from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern on my stream. That's www.mlg.tv/ZoidBergenstein, and I'll see you guys live tomorrow.